Hello and welcome to the workshop. We have some incredibly dope sneakers on deck, but before we dive into those, today's video is sponsored by StockX, so shouts to them. Some of you, I'm sure, actually, a lot of you, I'm sure, are already familiar with StockX. When you're buying or selling new sneakers, I think it's the best place to go. And if you look at our past videos here on this channel, that opinion has not changed. When I sold my own collection a couple years ago, I sold almost every pair I own, and I did that on StockX. Some of you may remember that. The layout of the website and the app, super user-friendly. The way the buyer and seller are protected more than other places. The way you can filter searches for stuff under retail. Just the whole thing is the best there is in that realm, and they have really created a stock market. Local resellers, whatever the case is, so many of them use StockX as the guide or the gauge. So check them out if you have not already. We will put a link in the description of this video. By the way, every sneaker on this list, every Jordan 1 is available on StockX. So definitely check them out. And with that said, I'm excited about this. I really am. We actually did a different version of this same video a while back. Some of you may remember it was the best Jordan 1s in my collection, the top 5 Jordan 1s that I own. So here it is. It's one of my all-time favorite sneakers. It's a sneaker model that I wear a lot. I almost always have a pair in rotation, but I sold them all basically a couple years ago. Since then, probably picked up, I don't know, 20, 30 pairs, ballpark. So this list was harder to compile than you might think. Nonetheless, I'm here to make the tough decisions, and I had to do it. And we're also gonna put them in order from least favorite to most favorite, so it made it even more difficult, but it is what it is. That's what I'm here for. We will start at number 5 and move up to number 1, so let's do it. Number 5, the Off-White UNC Jordan 1, or technically the University Blue. I do like the original Chicago Off-White pair better, but alas, I do not currently own that pair. This pair has really grown on me though, and I just love what Virgil did with the Jordan 1 in general and really wanted to have a piece of that. These are like art to me, which is why it's actually the only pair on this list that has not already been worn a lot. Number 4, the LA to Chicago Nike SB Air Jordan 1. I love these. They dropped alongside another pair, the NYC to Paris, which I also snagged, but I don't like those nearly as much. This pair, to me, this is the one. Some of you may have seen Buckets and I, mostly Buckets. We used a nail file and wore away some of the Lakers paint so the Chicago colorway could shine through, give Chicago a little shine. A lot of people completely wiped the paint off. They used acetone, they used different things. There were a bunch of ways people played around with the overlapping colorways, but I love how my pair turned out, and I have worn them a bunch already. And I think that's kind of the beauty of this pair, is that people could fool around with them and kind of create with them themselves. I think that's dope. Number 3, the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Cactus Jack. 38 fire emojis without question. This was a pair that I had to pay a pretty penny for, but well worth it in my opinion. I wear them all the time. I love the colorway. I love the details. I love the quality on the materials they used. It's just a damn good sneaker, and they executed it perfectly. Number 2, the Union LA Storm Blue Jordan 1. I have not worn these as much as my brother has, but it is still a shoe that I really, really like. I need a black toe pair in my life, plain and simple, but this is the colorway I liked more out of the two. I love what Union did with them. I love how they executed it, how they teased the collab at the flea market. Just the whole thing was and is dope. Number 1, and the only shoe that remains from the previous list that I mentioned, the Air Jordan 1 Bread. black and red, whatever you want to call it, the classic, the top dog always for me. This is the top 5 sneaker of all time, any way you slice it. The black and red Jordan 1, it's iconic on a different level. No matter how cool a collab is or how nifty the details or the materials, they cannot mess with these. I've worn these, my brother's worn them, I've worn them some more. These things have seen life. In the words of Drake, more life, more miles, and one day these will be hanging in the rafters down here at the workshop. Long live the Jordan 1. These are forever my favorite Jordan 1, and as long as I own a pair, they will be number 1 on the Jordan 1 list for me. And there you have it, the top 5 Jordan 1 sneakers in my collection, the very best 5 pairs that I own personally. As I mentioned, I love the Jordan 1 in general, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. Leave a comment below and let us know how you feel. How do you feel about the Jordan 1? Is it overrated, underrated, just right? Is it a classic? Do you not even care about them? How do you feel about the 5 pairs on this list? Did I leave something off the list? Does another pair deserve to be on the list? Keep in mind, these are only the pairs that I own right now. Leave a comment below and let us know how you feel. Always love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. You are very, very appreciated. We will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place right here at the workshop. Until then, adios.